Okay guys, I'm expecting a major move, or at least the start of a major move, in less than 11 hours. This is when the next weekly candle opens. I'm going to show you how I'm going to play this. If the next weekly candle opens above a certain price, I'll expect price to push up a bit, come down, hit support. At that point I will long. If the next weekly candle opens below a certain price, I'm expecting an epic dump, and this plays a long. You can see what happened here. When we crossed this ring, we had a drop. So if we open below this this line right here is on the Z1 chart. I'll cover that in just a minute. But basically, if we open below that point, I'm expecting us to cross this ring, and I expect to have another drop just like we did here. Expect the same thing to play out here. Your first major support is going to be around 14,000 to 13,500. We could go lower. I just want to prepare you and show you how I'm going to play this. Guys, if you like this content, leave a like. I appreciate it. So before I cover all this, guys, if you do want to access these charts, the website is opticartcrypto.com. Links pinned in the first comment description. $400 a month gives you access to Bitcoin Charts, Discord, and Twitter, and I have tutorials teaching my method of charting. So I have two shorts open, guys. Let me open BitGet right here. So I have two shorts open currently. I'm going to keep these open. Obviously, if price pushes up, I'll get stopped out. But I want to be in the short just in case. Again, if you want to sign up, my link's pinned down in the first comment description. Guys, look into getting a VPN to protect your identity. And if you want to learn how to set up a long or short stop loss, adjust your stop loss, I have a video. The second half of that video is a tutorial how to use BitGet. I'll link to that video now. So let me show you how I'm going to play this. So when we cross this ring back here, this was on, well, this is weekly, but roughly it was June 22nd, around that time. This is when the CPI numbers came out and the Fed did the Fed rate hike, right? And you can see we had a drop of at least, this was a 41% drop. So I think this next ring is going to be, this is basically going to be the aftermath of what happened with FTX. So again, if we drop, I already showed you your next key support, potentially take profit would be about 14,000. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to play this and what I'm expecting, what I'm watching for. So we know what to pay attention to. We know that this ring could possibly send price up if we open above the Z1 line, which I'm going to show you. If price opens below the Z1 line, we will cross this ring and then have some downside. So this is the Z1 chart, and this is what I'm trying to show you here. So I'm going to scroll back a little bit. This was the last time we pushed above this. This is a very, very strong support and resistance level. Notice price pushed above it. The next candle opened above. We came back down. We tested support at 19,150 and price pushed up. So if the next weekly candle opens anywhere above, let's say 16,500 or higher, if that next candle opens above, right, then what I expect to happen is price might push up a bit wherever it's at. The next candle opens somewhere around here. When we come back down, this is where I'll long, around 16,400, because if we open, the next week opens above, then we'll come back down, test it. This is strong support. This is where I'll enter my long around 16,400, expecting more upside. However, just like you can see these previous candles, notice we opened right here, right? It wicked above, came back down. We opened below, came back down. It opened below. We pushed above. It came back down below. So it's very possible before the next weekly candle opens, this weekly candle could wick right back down below. So if this next candle opens below 16,400, then I think we'll be crossing that ring, which means we'll have a lot of downside. So pay attention. If we open below, if we open above 16,400, 16,500 or higher, that will be bullish, but I will not long until we come back down and test 16,400. If we open below 16,400, then I'm expecting us to have a drop, because at that point we will have crossed this ring, and that's when I expect to get more downside. So that's what I'm paying attention to. And again, that next weekly candle open is in less than 11 hours. So that covers the Z1 chart. I'm going to give you your support and resistance levels to pay attention to. Obviously, if we drop, hold on, guys. Obviously, if we drop, well, we know your next key support level is around 14,500. Out here is 14,400. That's why I'm saying 14,000 would be likely a point to take profit. This possibly could go further. But you know, that's a pretty substantial drop. You probably want to take profit on that. All right, this is the G1 chart, right? This is currently your support. All right, so we need to break. That's what I'm saying. 16,400 is going to be very key support level. So the next weekly candle opens. You know, I have a lot of charts in Confluence showing 16,400 is going to be very strong support. So again, the next weekly candle opens above, comes back down. This is where I will be longing. Obviously, price comes back below 16,400. then again, this would be resistance. We'll cross that ring, we have more downside. This is just a trend line right here. You can see your next resistance. So if you're in a short, have your stop at least above 16,610, and maybe 16,650, something like that. But this is where I'll be short from, waiting to see what happens to the next weekly candle open. This is A1BG chart. You can see this line right here. If I zoom out, you can see this has been a lot of resistance. This goes we pushed above it a bit here. But you notice right here it was resistance, right? This was on the 14th of November. It was resistance here. Hold on, let me get rid of that. You can see we did push above it a bit, but it was resistance, and we pushed above it again, but this was a lot of resistance. You can see most of the meat of the candle was below, and the same thing. Right? We get wicks above, but the meat of the candle stays below. So this is a very critical resistance level to pay attention to, 16,556. If we stay below this point, I think we're on track for that weekly candle to open below 16,400, which would be bearish. Obviously, if the next weekly candle opens above that point, then we probably want to flip bullish. And I've been telling you guys, if we do open above, all right, it is very possible. What happens is you'll ride up these rings until you cross. So if we open above 16,400, we'll come back down, we'll test support, and we'll just keep pushing up this ring until the point we cross it. I still believe once we cross this ring, we're gonna have an epic drop. The thing is when that next weekly candle opens, if it's below a certain point, we'll be dropping very soon. So that's basically what I'm trying to point out, guys. If we push up, the next weekly candle opens, it comes back down, I will be longing 16,400. If we open below 16,400, we will be crossing this ring, and I expect us to have one major drop. So that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm paying attention to. That's how I'm going to play it. But again, guys, if you do want to sign up for Bitkit, the link's pinned down in the first comment description. Guys, looking at getting a VPN, and check out that tutorial video that I referenced. And again, if you want to access these charts, website opticalercrypto.com, links pinned in the first comment description. Again, $49 a month, you get access to Discord, the Bitcoin charts, and also Twitter, and have tutorials teaching my charting method. That's it, guys. Just pay attention. Less than 11 hours, and we'll find out which way this is going to go. That's it. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.